The blaster itself is very small and simple. There's just so much detail in these Elite blasters. It's such a classic design. I wouldn't say it has the status it used to have, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of outdated. Hello everyone, Brickosaurus2D7, and today I'm going to be reviewing or overviewing the Nerf Elite Roughcut. This is a very overrated blaster in my opinion, but it is still a great blaster. Why is that? Well, let's find out right now. So, starting with an overview, the grip is one of my favorite grips. It has a lot of great design, some ridges in here. There's no ridges or anything at the bottom here, but the back here, really great for your hand. It doesn't dig into your hand at all, and it gives it a good grip. Also, on the side, you have the classic Elite texturing with like the squared off look, and it really does add texture to the grip, and it makes it really easy to grab. That's one reason I do not like the takedown grip. My hands get sweaty all the time, and this grip is a godsend for me and also the Saturn grip is the same. The grip is just so nice, and it's not because it's not smooth, it has detailing. It allows me to grip on and no slippage. There is actually two sling mounts, and they're on like the perfect spot. So like if you wanted to sling this blaster, you can. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I'll get into that later. But we have a tack rail on the top for whatever reason, you know, if you want to put a scope on there. You know, if you're a monster, you can do that. The detailing and design is great. This is back when Nerf painted on both sides, and there's just so much detail in these Elite blasters. It's such a classic design, and I really like this little iron sight or whatever this indicator is right here, even though you don't need it. It's just cool. The pump grip is a little weird for me. I feel like it's angled in the wrong direction. Like my hand naturally wants to go this way, but it's going this way. It's weird. So it's a little odd, but it's not uncomfortable. And there's a lot of area to grab here, and no slippage at all when you do it. The prime is really smooth. It's not as smooth as something like the Twin Shock, but it is a very smooth prime, and it's a very nice feel. The blaster itself is very small and simple, and my favorite thing is it's just so easy to twirl around and do some cool stuff with. Like, I really like how simple and just down-to-earth it is. It is really just a rough cut. To operate the blaster, you want to take a dart, not this dart. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a used or mostly used AF waffle head dart, it's going to probably not work as well. I've noticed that with almost every smart AR I've come across. This one is pretty much the same, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend used AF waffle head darts. In fact, my new favorite darts are the X-Shot Insanity darts. You can actually find them at Amazon and at Hobby Lobby. Not sponsored at all. That's just where you can find them. I really recommend them. And X-Shot, if you're watching this, I will totally be sponsored by your darts. I will just promote your darts. If you send me some darts, I will just promote them. That's the deal. No money. Just send me darts and I'll promote them. Okay? Because I really like your darts. You load up some darts, then you pump it, and you pull the trigger all the way and fire 2 shots. Now, the Smart AR does have a few issues. Not a lot, but a few. It is definitely better than most, though, and it works incredibly well. Now, one cool thing is, if you don't want to shoot 2 at once, you can pull the trigger about halfway or just a little bit, and you can shoot 2 at once. But one problem I have with almost every rough cut I've got my hands on, especially Battle Cam ones, is it's very easy to, it's like very hard to differentiate with the trigger. Like you have to really be careful with it because it doesn't have a distinct click. Like the Twin Shock and Flip 32, those are both blasters that have a distinct little click when you pull the trigger for the first time and then the second time. This doesn't really have that. You just kind of pull and it fires and you just pull the rest of the way. There's no distinct click or indicator that you fired one dart. You just have to kind of hope you have a good enough trigger finger. But overall, it's a great blaster. It has a very simple operation. It holds 8 rounds, technically 4 shots if it's, you know, dumped 2 at once. And it's one of the better Nerf shotguns for sure. But why is it overrated? Well, I wouldn't say it's really overrated, as more of it's just outdated. Like, it's a great beginner blaster, but I don't know who I'd recommend this to unless you're in a basement Nerf war. This is definitely something good for like close range stock or basement Nerf wars, like a secondary. But again, it doesn't really work as a secondary because you have the darts here in the front barrel. They're exposed darts, which means they can get knocked out or they can get damaged. And that doesn't make it really good for slinging on the side. You can't really holster it. So I kind of don't know where this is supposed to fit in like in a loadout. I mean, it has been a key part of people's loadouts for years, but I think it's kind of outdated with just better options open now. Like, I would even say the Lock Blaster is better than the Roughcut, because it has like certain advantages. However, the Roughcut is a classic. I wouldn't necessarily say it's as good as it used to be. It's more overrated now because I still see some people say it's like one of the best blasters ever made. And I personally don't think it is. I think it's a pretty decent blaster, and at the time it was one of the best. I wouldn't say it has the status it used to have, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of outdated. It's actually severely outdated blaster. This is one of the first, I believe, that used the Smart AR system anyway. But I would still totally recommend it if you want something like to give a kid. It's a fun little shotgun, and I haven't seen any like one person that's actually had a bad time with it. This is a universally recognized blaster. People love this thing, and yeah, I totally recommend it. Everything about it is almost great. It just is a bit outdated, but still like great for basement wars and stuff like that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for watching. Let's end out this overview with the firing demo. We have the lowest grouping here at 42 feet, the main grouping here at 48 feet, and the furthest 3 darts at 53 feet. So overall, a really good blaster, and one I'll definitely recommend for a lot of people. Even though I personally think it's overrated, it's still a great blaster. As I said before, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things, I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go, no, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.